guys, welcome back to Goodbye Grains. Today we are making kind of a breakfast bake that is perfect for a holiday morning, Christmas morning. Really, it's good any time of the year, but this is definitely a treat type recipe. We do use some maple syrup, and then in the actual bread piece itself has some coconut sugar in it. So this is not something you should be eating probably every single day because it's certainly not strict paleo or Whole30 or anything like that. But it's a perfect kind of treat for, celebrating some type of special occasion. So now this is closer to like a bread pudding. It's not like a breakfast bake like, I think I have one on my, my blog that's more of like an egg type bake, like with vegetables and meat and stuff. This is more of like a bread pudding type bake. So this is some cocoa bread. I already have it in my pan. I've cut it up into small pieces already, about 1/2-inch chunks already. So this is the cocoa bread. I actually put the recipe on the blog earlier this week, so I'll put a link down below for that. And then for the custard part, we have some coconut milk. We have a few eggs that we're going to be using. Some pecans. Now you certainly can leave these out if you're not a pecan fan. A little bit of cinnamon and then some sea salt. And then we are going to make kind of like a sauce to drizzle over the top after. And so we're going to use some pure maple syrup and then a little bit of strong coffee. You can also substitute water just to kind of thin the syrup out a little bit if you're not a coffee fan. So first thing we need to do is make the custard. Okay, so for the custard we have our coconut milk, and we're going to add our eggs and kind of some of our seasonings. So first thing we can do is add the 3 eggs. And now for the coconut milk, you definitely want to use just the regular canned coconut milk. And then once you have all your eggs added in, we can add our cinnamon and our salt. And then you can just use either a whisk or a fork, and you just kind of want to beat this all together to break up the egg yolks and the egg whites and make this a consistent mixture. You want to make sure the egg yolks get fully incorporated. You don't want a giant egg yolk just sitting in your mixture. And then once this is all mixed together, you can add in your pecans. Just kind of stir that around. And then we have our bread mixture that I showed before. So this is my cocoa bread. I already cut into pieces. Now you want these to be slightly smaller than bite size. And I put it into a pan, and obviously oven safe pan because we're going to pop this into the oven, that I kind of oiled first just to make sure that it's not going to stick. So what you're going to do is just kind of evenly pour this custard over the top. And then again, making sure you have really clean hands. You can kind of move the pecans around to kind of evenly spread those. You can certainly add the pecans in when you put the bread cubes originally in the pan. And then you can kind of just lightly press down. So you kind of almost want to help the custard soak into the bread. And so you can kind of just lightly press this down. And then at this point now you can go and preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And while the oven is preheating, this custard is going to start soaking into the bread. This bread recipe that I made, this cocoa bread, it's a very dry bread, so probably not something you want to eat on its own. But the nice part about it is it will soak in all this custard and become, really, really awesome. So as you kind of press this down, make sure that you have everything sort of submerged. And then we're going to go preheat our oven, and then while this bakes, we're going to make our sauce. Okay, so we have our strong coffee that we're going to add into a bowl. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of our pure maple syrup. And then you can just kind of lightly, you don't want to spill this all over the place, just kind of stir this together to allow the syrup and the coffee mixture to kind of become one sauce. And then what you can do is right before you serve your breakfast bake bread pudding, you can just pop this into the microwave for 30 seconds or so, just to kind of slightly heat it up, and then you can just drizzle this over everybody's serving. Okay, so I just took it out of the oven. It was in the oven for about 35 minutes or so. And so you just want to let it sit for a couple minutes to cool a little bit. In the meantime, you can pop your syrup and coffee mixture into the microwave, and then it's ready to serve. This is the perfect make-ahead breakfast, especially for Christmas morning. You can have everything kind of ready the night before, the custard ready, the sauce ready, the bread ready, and all you need to do is just pour the custard in, allow it to sit while you are preheating your oven, pop it in the oven, and you're not, slaving away in the kitchen all morning long. You can spend time with your family and your friends. So I will see you guys next week. I'm actually going to be talking a little bit about paleo, kind of just in time for the new year. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.